So you can see there. All right, what else? Okay, let's have a look at the random function. So the random function, you go math.random, and this function pretty much generates a number between 0 and 1, and it's a decimal. Unless you round it, or you floor it, or you seal it, it's a decimal. So I'll just show you what's in. So I'll generate a random number, but I need to store it somewhere. So just go store it in rand. Just store it in R&D. R&D. I'll put this at 100, and I'll just turn these off. And I don't need to see those anymore. Alright, so you can see here, as I keep restarting, it always generates a number between 0 and 1. If I don't do anything to it, I just use the base random function. Now, if I was to times it by 10, it will now generate a number between 0 and 10. 0 and 10. Because if you times 0 by 10 and times 1 by 10, there'll be 0 and 10. So now it'll be 0 and 10. So whatever, so the max is 10, the minimum is 0. And it's a decimal. Now, if I add 1, or add 1, it wouldn't, it will not generate a number below 1. So basically, here, the minimum is 1, and then it will generate another number and add it to the 1. So the lowest number it could be is 1. So this now changes it to 1, 2, and the highest number is 1 plus 10, which is 10. All right. And it's still a decimal because I haven't rounded it in any way. Now, if I use math.floor, and I floor it. Floor means to round down. I'll just write that down. Floor means to round down. Example, if you had 10.7 and you floored it, you floor 10.7, it goes to 10. All right. Another one is Ceil. Can't spell. Ceil means to round up. E.g., if you Ceil 10.1, it won't round down to 10. It will round up. It goes to 11. Okay, so you can actually use, I usually use floor. So what happens here is it will generate, let's just floor, floor with a lowercase f. It will when you use floor or Ceil or round, there is a round, means to round up or down based on the decimal, So this round like you normally would round in maths, all right? But if I use floor, I basically round down all the time. So if this generates the number 11, it will round down to 11. If it generates 10.9, it will round down to 10. Actually, so for this one, it's the min is 1, but the max is 11. However, getting the number of 11 is almost impossible. It's almost a 0 chance of getting 11 using this technique. So if you want, so this is a nice technique to use if you want 1 to 10. 11 could occur, but it's really, 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 really rare. All right. If I want to generate a number between a whole number between, and this is a whole number now, whole number. Now if I want to generate a whole number between 10 and 20, the minimum number is 10, and then 10 plus 10 is 20. So this should generate a number right up to 20, but as I said, you'll never get to 20. You'll rarely ever get to 20. So you need to notice most of the time it's 19, because you'll rarely ever get to 20. If you want to cheat a bit, you could go .99. And now we'll go to 20. So you just do a bit of a cheat, because this plus this will always round down to 20, and this would probably, you know, so it's a bit of a cheat. This now generates to 20. You can see sometimes it gets 20. There you go. You saw 20 before. All right. So that's how you use that one. So, and this is, of course, this is a whole number, because you are flooring it. What else? Okay, so let's do the if statement. Let's have a look at our time. 12 minutes. We've got a bit of time. Okay, so maybe I'll save the if statement till later. I'll do the while then for loop first, because the if statement's actually got a bit on it. Okay, so with the for loop, the syntax is for var some variable that you want. Now I generally use count, but you can actually use I, because you're just counting, and you give it a starting value, and the starting value could be 0 or 1 or 3 or 2 or 3. Okay, whatever your starting value is, and then you go less than or equal to, or you don't need to use the equal to, up to you. I like, sometimes I use the equal to, sometimes I don't. I'll use the equal to this time, and less than or equal to, say, your n value 5, and then here semicolon I plus plus. That increments it by 1. If I want to increment it more than 1, I'll put a 2 there, and that's how you write a for loop. So this for loop starts at 3 and continues till 5, until it equals 5, and increments by 2, which is here. So it starts at 3, so ends at 5, increments by 2, and you do whatever you need to do there. And that's pretty much how you use a for loop. So you just need to, you know, use these values here, put these values in. Okay. For a while loop, while some condition is true, so while, I don't know, just like, well, let's do one. Let's do let's write exactly this. So we go var I equals to 3, while I is less than or equal to 5. I equals plus equals 2. So this while loop and this for loop pretty much does the same thing, except the only difference is your starting value you put outside the while loop, and your increment you put inside the while loop, and you can't forget it. If you forget it, it won't work. And your end value or your check is here. And that's pretty much how you write a while loop equivalent. Same, if you want to increment by 1, you can change that to 1 or 2. If you want to change your n value, you know, change it to 10, n at 10, so forth and so on. Okay, so